Are you ready? Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Manny's Fitness Fortress, the Citadel of Power. Hope you all are doing well today. We have a great one for you today. We're going to talk about the top 5 protein sources on the planet, guys, so you can have optimal muscle recovery. This is for strength athletes and any athletes in any endeavor, okay? But before we get into that, I'd like to invite you, as always, to fnxfit.com. Go there or visit the blue highlighted link in the description section of this or any of my other videos. Click on the blue highlighted link. It'll transfer you to fnxfit.com, where you'll get 15% off all supplementation and apparel. All right, thanks, guys. Let's get into this, okay? A lot of people don't know this, but you can get omega-3s, and you do get omega-3s from land-based animals. That's right. I'm going to say it again. You get omega-3s from bison, steak, cow, Wagyu beef, which is something out of Australia. I'm probably mispronouncing it. But all those animals that are grass-fed, okay, they extract the omega-3s from the plants and the vegetation, the ones that plants already have themselves, okay? So that's why it's a great idea to get grass-fed as often as you can, okay? So we're going to start out with the top 5 protein sources on the planet, okay? The first one we're going to get into is bison, okay? You don't have to say grass-fed bison, because bison by law globally is illegal to inject any hormones in it, okay? It's never injected with any hormones. That's why it's so expensive. Bison patties or bison steak cuts, sirloin, whatever, okay? Now, the bison cuts that you get are extremely high in protein, guys. Zinc, selenium, B vitamins, niacin. I'm going to repeat that. Iron, zinc, B vitamins, niacin, magnesium, okay? Extremely low in fat. That's why it's so expensive. And no hormones, okay? Very delicious, has a distinctive taste. Tastes a little different than regular conventional steak, even grass-fed steak. But bison is one of the healthiest foods you can eat on the planet. If you go all the way back to Attila the Hun, there was conquerors back then. That's what they ate. They ate bison meat. Indians, Native American Indians, ate berries, corn, fruit, maize, and bison. They not only used the buffalo to make their tents, they ate the bison meat. Okay? Now, the second powerful protein source that you can get, optimal, is grass-fed beef. That's number 2, okay? It's higher priced than regular beef. You can actually get it in forms that come in packages, which are already ground up. That's optimal. Put on a grill, form it into patties, free of hormones, free of anything like that, any type of injectable hormones and antibiotics, nothing like that in it. And it's more. I mean, it's like $2 to $3 more, maybe up to $5 more. So grass-fed beef, many companies make it. That's available in ShopRite, Walmart, ACME, Trader Joe's, obviously Whole Foods, WEGMANS, all those places, okay? But it's free of hormones. Optimum nutrition, all the B vitamins, niacin, selenium, just like the bison, high in magnesium and zinc, okay? Important thing I want to mention, guys, is it's important to get fruits and vegetables and high sources of protein in your diet. Vegetarians often are deficient in zinc, magnesium, and iron because plant-based foods are not high in that. So I'm actually going to come out with a video later that is a proponent of both. Show you how to put both together and optimize both food groups or types of foods. Okay, so like I said, grass-fed anything, it's going to have natural omega-3s in it already embedded in the muscle tissue. So that's very important to remember. A lot of people don't know that. Okay, that's why it costs more. You get what you pay for, guys, in anything in life. So grass-fed beef, is the best. Okay, whether you're talking about patties, sirloin, Angus, porterhouse, New York strip, get grass-fed as your number 2 if you can't get bison. Okay, Very powerful, very super, super nutritious. The nutrition profile on that is incredible. The most densely nutrient dense foods on the planet. Okay. All right, guys. After that, okay, uh, having a lot of those same minerals is lamb. Okay. Lamb is high in omega-3s. Okay. The selenium, the magnesium, the zinc, all of that. The only thing about lamb, guys, is it does have some saturated fat. The unsaturated saturated fat is a little higher than that, but it's high in potassium. Actually, one of the rare, uh, mammal foods that is high in potassium. So this video is about high protein sources. So these are the highest. Okay, the land-based animals are going to have more protein than any other type of food. Period. Okay. But there's an intelligent way to mix that with high nutrient-dense plants and vegetation. Okay, always remember that. Now, with lamb, when you cook the cuts, it comes out a little smaller, not quite as big, but they're very nutrient-dense, just like grass-fed steak, just like bison. Okay, very nutrient-dense. Has omega-3s, just like fish. Like I said, potassium, selenium, magnesium, zinc, all of that. Okay. It's a little higher on the fat end. Fat profile is a little higher, but the benefits outweigh the fat content. Okay, that's another option that a lot of people forget about. High protein. Okay, it's like 25 grams of protein per ounce. I'm sorry, not per ounce, but per I believe like 3 ounces, something like that. Okay, all right, that's number 3, guys. All right, number 4 is regular beef. Okay, sirloin. All right, that's the next slot down, the next grade down. If you can't get grass-fed bison, you don't have to say bison. If you can't get grass-fed steak, if you can't get bison, if you can't get lamb, you want to try to get lean cuts of sirloin, Angus, porterhouse, or New York strip. And the sirloin and filet mignon is going to be leaner probably than anything else. Okay, so same profile, same amino acid profile, same nutrition profile. High in selenium, high in magnesium, high in zinc, guys. Iron, all the above. High in iron. So these are minerals that plants and vegetation are really low in, and a lot of vegetarians are lacking and are deficient in these, and they actually have vitamin deficiencies in the above vitamins. So there's intelligent ways to, make meals where you're putting both together. All right, especially as an athlete. Okay, because an athlete needs more iron, selenium, zinc, magnesium than most people, as well as they need more phytonutrients, fiber, from the plants and vegetation than most people. Athletes need more of everything. Okay, for muscle recovery, endurance, stamina, and performance. All right. Now, the next grade down, guys, not grade down, but outside of beef or cattle is fish, okay? But a certain type of fish, okay? You want to get wild caught salmon, okay? Is your next option. Now, I say next option because wild caught salmon is extremely high in selenium, omega-3s, good for your joints. My grandmother who ate this like every week, never had arthritis, increases the synovial fluid within your joints. That's what it does. Okay, high in selenium, high in omega-3s, high in a host of other vitamins, guys. The thing is, it's not quite as high as in, it doesn't really have a high magnesium profile, potassium, iron. It's not high in those. So it's extremely high in certain nutrients, selenium, the omega-3s, protein. Okay, that's why it's on this list to begin with. It has a high protein profile. But the other minerals that, magnesium, iron, selenium, zinc, that the above, mammals carry, or the grass-fed cattle, it's lower in those, okay? But it's extremely a high source of protein, very high source of protein, awesome for your joints, high in omega-3s, and athletes need that for joint protection, okay? So salmon and then wild caught mackerel. I believe wild caught mackerel is like number 2 on the list of the omega-3s and the selenium right after salmon. Okay, and you guys can get these and prepare them filleted, and you can make really interesting meals. Combining different veggies and stuff to go with them. A lot of people don't know this. For you guys that are budgeting, bodybuilding, or athlete on a budget, okay, dollar stores as well as Acme, Walmart, WEGMANS, Trader Joe's, they all sell canned wild caught mackerel and salmon. People say, you shouldn't eat food from cans because of the inner lining of the can, but the benefits outweigh that. A lot of people don't know that canned salmon is sold as wild caught. Wild caught salmon is sold again. So if you're on a budget, you can go to a dollar store, Dollar Tree, whatever your dollar store is. If it has a refrigerated section, if it doesn't, they sell cans for $1 of wild caught mackerel. Many of them, thousands of them. Okay, you dump that right out the can. You don't even need to cook it. It's already you can rewarm it real quick. But wild caught mackerel and wild caught salmon are put in canned. And when you open the can out and dump it out, okay, it's not some alien looking, creamy like concoction. It's the fish filleted. It just slides right out. They've cut it in 2 or 4 quarters, and it's the fish. Just like as if you quartered out the ocean or river yourself. It's just cut. Okay, awesome, man. It's just prepared to eat. Awesome. Wild caught, no toxins, 100% to 90% elimination of mercury and other toxins in the ocean. That's why it's listed as wild caught. So that's a great, great protein source above all other. If you can't get your hands on some steak, grass-fed beef, or bison or lamb, okay? Honorable mention, guys, is eggs, okay? Eggs have about 6 to 9 grams of protein per egg, okay, which is decent. But eggs are really a superfood in general. They just have a host of vitamins and macronutrients across the board. So that's why it wasn't the main entry at the top of this list, okay? Another honorable mention is chicken and poultry, okay? They have a decent profile, component, but not as high, nowhere like 3 times as less than the grazing mammal protein. Not even close. So that's where they weren't put on this list. But if you need protein source, lean white meat, you can get that. If there's nothing else, get some vitamins and minerals in there. But eggs and chicken, that should be your last resort as far as multivitamin profile and a food. Okay, decent protein content, decent mineral content, but nowhere near the content of grass-fed beef, bison, lamb, or steak. Okay, guys. And actually, chicken is not even loaded with as much multivitamin and nutrient profile as fish. Wild caught fish has more nutrients per gram than chicken. So that's why that's at the bottom of the list. A lot of people don't know that. Okay. With that being said, guys, dig into your protein. Make sure you go according to your budget. But if money is not an option, start at the top of the list. If it is an option, start at the bottom of the list and work your way in reverse, okay? So you can afford those high-quality proteins. And you don't have to eat bison every day. You don't have to eat grass-fed steak every day. You don't have to eat steak every day. You don't have to eat lamb every day. You can mix it up a little bit, but you want to get more of that, and then throw in the fish next as much as you can, and then chicken and poultry, because that will optimize your protein needs, okay, for your muscle, for muscle recovery, and muscle building, repair. That's so important. All right, guys. I hope this helps. Been wanting to make this video for a while because a lot of people were asking me what are the best protein sources besides protein powders and supplements. And I do implement protein smoothies and supplements, but that's what they are, supplements. Eat your real whole food first and implement protein shakes, nutrient-dense shakes, put other food in them, implement those in between your organic whole food meals as needed. But remember, they're supplements, not meal replacements. Your base of meals should be organic whole foods, okay? All right, guys, I hope this helps. Hit that like and subscribe all day. Thanks for chilling with me, and we'll see you next time on Manny's Fitness Fortress. Peace.